Mitch, I gotta ask, any love updates on your end?
So there's definitely some interest with me and Chloe, and I will say we have taken a step up and are not just friends anymore. So we're somewhere in between there.
Hey, it's your girl, Emily Girl with iHeartRadio, and today we're hanging out with the winner of season 2 of The Circle, Deleesa. Now, I've always wanted to say this, so hey, Circle, start a private chat with Deleesa. We have her here.
I love it. You would be perfect.
You think? I don't know if I could handle The Circle.
It's a lot of stress, yeah, but you can do it. I know you can do it. I see it in your eyes, girl.
Take me back to the beginning. What made you want to go on a show like this?
Oh my God. I watched season 1 and I was such a fan. It's just so different than what's out there. Like you see all these reality shows and it's a lot of drama. The concept is pretty much the same. And even though it's a competition show, it's so different than what's currently out there. And I just felt like it just would be the right fit for me. I was dying to get on it.
What was your reaction when you found out you were going to be on the show?
I was super excited, of course. I didn't really know I was going to be on the show until like the night before. The thing is they always tell you like, it's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. You fly all the way out there and it's like, it's not guaranteed. And I'm like, okay. And then they're like, hey, you're going to go in tomorrow. And I was like, okay, cool. And I'm like, I gotta hurry up and pack. So like, I didn't really have time to really process it. I did all this preparation in case I was going to get on. And, I get on, I do the show and everything. And even now it's still like, I can't believe I was able to get on The Circle in general, let alone win.
I have so many questions from everything that you just said. The number one is, how do you prepare to be on the show, especially because you're catfishing as your husband, Trevor? How do you prepare to be a catfish? What goes into that?
I was lucky because Trevor's my husband. I've known him since I was 18 and I know everything about him, like his mannerisms, like how he talks, how he acts with his friends, how he acts with girls. Being together that long, we were on and off. So we were friends as well. So I've seen all sides of him, you know what I mean? On top of that, we studied because I'm just ridiculous when it comes to like challenges and competitions. I'm like, I have to win. If I don't win, like, I'm just not going to be proud of myself at all for even just making it. Like, I feel like I have to win. So that's why the whole notebook came out and we were studying for hours for like every single day for a week.
What's even more impressive than your skills and your studying is the fact that you were pregnant. Congratulations, baby number 2.
My belly, let me show you.
Oh my gosh.
Let me show you my belly.
Now, did you know you were pregnant while you were filming?
Well, I found out while I was in the apartment. I kind of started figuring it out. A woman knows her body, girl. And I'm like, why am I bloated? Why am I so tired? I feel like a train hit me. I wasn't nauseous in the beginning, but all of those other symptoms, I'm like, it just reminds me of when I was pregnant with my daughter. And I wound up telling one of the producers, and of course she said, she had to tell the back end, and I guess they was worried for health reasons, and they kept asking me, they didn't force me, they kept asking me like, do you want to take a test? I think you should really take a test. And I'm like, no, I want to stay focused in the game. Like, I turned them down like 3-4 times, and I'm just like, okay, fine. I feel like you guys need me to take a test, so let's just do this and get it over it. And I took 2. The first one it showed negative, and then the second one, it was positive. And I'm like, yeah, this is the correct one because I already know my body. Like, after I took the test, all the symptoms started flooding in. Like, there was a point in time I'm like, I'm so tired. I don't want to do my makeup. I don't want to do my hair. I was there in a bonnet. Like, I was just like, I can't. That's another reason why I didn't want to like really know, because I think subconsciously your body is like, yeah, like bam, like, okay, now I'm gonna give you all the symptoms. But it was such an amazing experience to find out there as well. And it motivated me to try to go harder,
And you kind of touched on this. What did the behind the scenes look like?
It's not as fun as you think. You're actually in an apartment by yourself. Like, you're completely by yourself the entire time. Obviously, if you're sick or if there's an emergency, you're able to contact somebody, but you don't see anybody. So you are left alone with your own thoughts, your own strategy, your own mind, to do whatever it is that you want to do in the circle. It is a quite scary situation, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. Was there a point where you're like, I'm bored, or like, I feel like I'm going crazy?
I have a 1-year-old daughter at that time. I was with her 24/7. And as much as I love her and I missed her little cute face and her cute smiles and everything, and my husband, of course, it felt good to have a little bit of time to myself because I didn't really get that, so I wouldn't say I was going crazy. I don't mind being by myself at times, like I was playing games, I was looking cute with my wig, with my nails, playing in my outfits, making sure I was gonna look cute on camera, like whenever that time was. Cooking.
Now, Deleesa, we actually have a couple more friends here with us from the circle. So, hey, circle, let's start a group chat with Joey, Deleesa, and Mitchell. Hey guys, welcome in. Thank you for being here.
What's up? How we doing?
Joey, I want to hear your thoughts first. After season 1, what did you think of season 2, the new twists and turns this year? Walk me through it.
I knew heading into it a few things. Like, I knew my boy Mitch was on the show and I obviously couldn't say anything. So we were waiting so long for the show to premiere. And I just can't tell you what it's like to live with secrecy when it's like, stuff and like you want to talk about it, but you can't. But, I was so excited for him, and he had told me that the cast this year really brought it and was awesome. But I knew without anyone telling me anything that this season was going to have more strategy, more drama. I just think it's part of a natural evolution. When we did our season, it was brand new. Nobody really knew what the show was. We didn't really know how to navigate, how to play the game. And now for, the audience who watched season 1 going into season 2, all the new players, they were like, yo, like this was dope. Like everyone was friends, but like we're coming for the bag. Like, and it's about to get competitive. And I knew from episode 1, I was like, all right, yo, this is like season 1 on steroids. Like this is about to be crazy. So I think everyone brought it. The entire cast was great. And I honestly couldn't be happier to see Deleesa walk away. She deserves it. She played a great game. Mitchell played a great game. The entire cast was just so fantastic.
Now, Mitchell, let's talk about your experience. What was it like for you on the circle? Because you had a little different experience than Deleesa did. Walk us through what you went through.
Yeah, I mean, I came in like, honestly, I didn't have a game plan at all. Like, I feel like watching it back, I looked like clueless because I went in like just obviously as myself, no catfish. And I'm like, all right, like if there's one thing I'm good at, it's being myself. That's all I've done my whole life. That's all I've like ever worked on is just improving myself, improving my mindset. So I came in like with a simple game plan. I was like, I'm just going to do and be my very best and soak in this experience. And that's exactly what happened. Like I had the time of my life, and similar to what Deleesa said, just being there gave me so much time to like reflect, work on myself. I was meditating, I was reading, I was journaling with all this free time. And I was like, you know what? As much as I'm away from everything else in my life, like I didn't realize how much I needed this. And then looking back, at the show being played, everyone else is so strategic and like going and forming all these back end alliances. And you see me just like cooking. I don't know. I missed out on the strategy portion, but we started picking up at the end, and here we are today to tell the story.
I feel like you've all kind of touched on this, but what do you think is the biggest thing you learned after going through this experience?
For me, it was definitely being able to motivate myself, having the confidence to push through, encourage yourself, like, you got this. Because usually I have Trevor for that. He's always the one motivating me if I feel like I can't do something, and I didn't have him. So I really had to push through. There was nobody to talk to. I just had myself to pick up and say, hey, you can do this, you got this. So definitely learned a lot of confidence.
I could just say I think I have a lot in common with Mitch, and a lot of people have said the same thing who see season 2. Like I get total Joey vibes from Mitch, and my thing, man, was I just had that reinforcement of just staying myself always. Because when I went into the game, I was like, I didn't even understand the concept until midway through filming. I didn't even know what the hell we were doing, and I was like, look, just throw me in the deep water and I'll learn how to swim. So I just always felt like I'm always going to be myself no matter what. If that works for my benefit, great. If not, I know who I am, and that really served me very well, during my portion of the show.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it just gives you time to like self-reflect, regardless of what's taking place in the game plan. Like when you're just sitting there, it's almost like there's nothing to do but face your own internal thoughts. I remember sitting there one day And I was just like, wow, what are all the things I always wanted to do, but just always made the excuse of I don't have time. And some of that was like just redefining who I am in a sense of like just talking to myself. Like, how often do you get hours on end every single day to just sit there and be at peace with yourself and be in the moment and think? And I was like, you know what? Like, in my whole adult life, I don't think I've ever had that extended period of time. There's always texts coming in, phone calls, people. So to me, it just like really gave me a moment to like gain clarity on myself, my goals, what I'm trying to accomplish out of my whole life. And I came out of it like on a euphoria. I was like, man, I know who I am. I know where I'm going. Like, I got this. Like, let's just keep going. I was loving life.
So you won in other ways. Deleesa obviously won big. You won personally, which is great.
Exactly.
When you watch your show back, is there anything that surprises you about your experience versus what made the show?
I feel like because we're isolated, you never know what the other players are thinking, what they're saying. Just like when I had that chat with Lee and, you know, I'm guilt tripping him. And then he's like, I think I got her on my side. And, you know, we're just going back and forth. It's just so funny to finally get to see everybody else's reactions. And they're completely opposite of what you thought was happening.
Now, another question too is how long did you have to wait until you were told that the person eliminated went to visit someone else?
I would say like there's like a blocking and elimination, and you are just kind of sitting there like, all right, are they coming? Are they not? And then you start kind of thinking like, well, if they are coming, I probably shouldn't just be here like personally. I was like, maybe I should put a shirt on. Maybe I should like get a drink ready. Like, what if someone actually does walk in? Like, what am I going to do? What are we going to talk about? Like, was I like lying to this person at all? So your mind kind of starts running. And then like, there's a moment where you're like, all right, let me freshen up real quick and clean my place up so I don't think I'm a mess. And then, I don't know, there's like just a little wait period. And all of a sudden they either visit you or they don't want to pop up on the screen. And then you're like, why the frick didn't they come visit me actually?
A lot of people think that we know the time. We don't know the
Yeah.
time.
They don't tell you nothing, man.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So are you like, how do you keep up with that?
You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
When you sign up, I think the audience, like, I wish there was so much more like the fans got to see, like that would add to, you know, the experience of the show. Like when you sign up, they tell you, we're not going to tell you what time of day it is. We're not going to tell you what day of the week it is. Like, so you're just constantly sitting there and like, you just start looking out like the window and you can't even go on the balcony and you're like, okay, the sun's going down. So it's gotta be like at 5 or 6 o'clock at this point in time. Like,
yeah.
You don't know what's happening. I couldn't wait to like sit on the couch and watch season 2 and be like, yo, I'm an audience member this time. I could just chill.
When you got out of the circle, what was the first thing you did?
Well, I obviously called my husband back.
Yeah, Deleesa, I can imagine why.
Like I need to talk to him and we need to like just catch up and I need to see my baby and yeah.
For me, like I just like, you almost forget about your other part of your life for a little bit because you're just so focused on the game. You're so focused like thinking about what other people are thinking, the ratings, what's going on, like how you could better your game plan. And then to me, like when the show ended and I was able to like walk outside again, I was like, oh wow, like this is life. And then I like, not that I had social anxiety, but I would like see people walking around. I'm like, this is freaking weird. Like you're just not used to it for so long.
I remember for me, the night of the finale, I asked the producers permission to call my parents, and no one knew at that point in time, like, you know, they had a whole segment with us of what would you do if you won the money, and they actually cut it from the show because I played it cool, like, oh, you know, I'd, you know, give it to my family or something like that. And I've just never been a dude who like looks for like attention from anyone, but I was in such a low place before the show and like in my personal life and financially. So this really truthfully changed my life. And I just called my parents and collapsed into tears. And me and my family were just so taken aback by this because I truly, like, I never thought I would win. I just was like, I'm going away for a month. I don't have to work 6 days a week. Like, this is going to be great. Whatever happens, happens. Like, I already won just to go and do this thing and be competitive and play a game. So I remember calling them and we just cried and it was great. But then I remember when I came back here to this new apartment at the time, I remember I was sleeping on my couch. I didn't even have a bed set up yet. And I just remember thinking like, wait, I could sleep naked again because I sleep naked and you couldn't do that on the show. And like, there's no cameras in the corner of the room watching me because like you become so conditioned to like the cameras watching you. But like I like quickly went back to work and was like slinging drinks and had this thing of like, I just won $100,000 and I was on this new show that's going to be on Netflix, but I can't talk about it to anyone. So it was like waiting for like this thing to come out. So it was just really cool, man. Like I get really nostalgic when I think back on that point in my life and where I was at and just how much this show changed my life. And I had talked to Mitch, ahead of time, and Deleesa and I had connected afterwards. But, just basically telling Mitch and some of the other cast members, like, you don't understand what you're in for. Your entire life is going to change overnight, and just buckle up, be present, because this is going to be one of the most beautiful experiences of your life. So getting to watch it for all of them has been such an amazing experience, because every single person in this cast truly deserves to be where they're at. And it's a beautiful thing that we're all part of this crazy circle family. It's dope.
Yeah.
That's my next question is, are you guys still really close with all your cast members?
Oh, 100,000%. I literally, like, when I first came out to LA, the first person I really got in touch with, became friends with, was Joey. Because, like, I had no connections out here. So, like, the circle familia is real. And even, like, me, Deleesa, we have a group chat going with, like, our whole cast. We're talking literally every day. I'm texting all the other cast members. I'll see, like, something funny someone posts on the internet about one of us. I'm like, yo, look how funny this is. So we're all, like, personally friends with everybody from both season 1 and 2.
Mitch, I gotta ask, any love updates on your end?
Yeah, so there's definitely some interest with me and Chloe, and right now a lot of people are asking the big question, are we dating? And it's just tough. Obviously she's in the UK, I'm in America, so we're not officially dating yet, but I will say we have taken it a step up and are not just friends anymore. So we're somewhere in between there. Yeah.
See on the Zoom. All right.
Yeah, this is big. So we'll see where it goes, but I'm excited.
And last question for all of you is, we're iHeart, so we obviously have to have a music element. You know how you associate a song with a memory? So it's like a certain song brings you back to a moment in time. What is the one song that you will always relate to your time at the Circle?
Ooh, that's a good one, Emily. Look at you with that deep cut. Let me think about it. I mean, honestly, I would say, for me, when I think of the Circle, when it comes to music, because there was no music, I just remember one day I was just talking out, because you just start talking out loud to yourself. And I'm the biggest Eminem fan you will ever, like, I don't know if you could see, I got his vinyls up on the wall back there. Like, I am the biggest Eminem fan you'll ever meet. So I remember, I know, like, all of his verses, and we had someone who worked on the production named Holly Woods. You guys know Holly Woods, and Holly Woods is the best lady ever, and she was the biggest diehard M fan. So I just remember sitting in my apartment spitting all different M verses and just being like, just feeling good. So for me, I think it was some songs off of Recovery, and people being like, yo, you don't know the words. And I'm like, really? You want to bet right now? I know each verse.
I mean, I think mine's is pretty obvious. Genuine Pony. That was my song. Yeah, so that's definitely going to bring me back to my little self party in the Circle. I would forever, ever make those two. They're just one. Like, Circle, Genuine, that's it. That's all I'm thinking about.
I would say, I mean, my taste in music is all over. I go to all different genres. One of the things that when you first asked the question about, my time in the Circle related to a song, I was actually rocking out to it. It's like it's on my gym playlist is Sugar, We're Going Down Swinging. And that just is me in the Circle. Like, I was giving it my best. I was rocking out in there, and obviously, we just went down at the end, but, at least we went down swinging. So I would say that.
Guys, this has been so fun. Thank y'all for being here. Deleesa, congratulations. Joey, Mitchell, thank you guys so much. This has been a blast. Cannot wait till we can do this in person next time. Joe, you have to come back to our studio. Deleesa and Mitchell, you have to come too.
Yes, please.
I'm coming
back. It. Thanks for watching our interview with Deleesa, Joey, and Mitchell from the cast of The Circle. Make sure you stream season 2 out now on Netflix, and we'll see you next time. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.